So in the most recent Borderlands 3 update, they introduced a nerf to the Cutsman, which reduced the damage of it by 35%. The Cutsman is one of the most popular and the most powerful SMGs in the game, and a lot of people are thinking that it's not worth using anymore with this 35% damage reduction, because 35% is a lot. With how much damage it did, dropping it by 35% is a really big decrease. But in this video, we're going to do some live testing with the weapon. I'm going to show you guys that the weapon is definitely still worth using. If you don't have it, it's definitely still worth grinding for. And if you guys enjoy any part of the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and feel free to check out my Borderlands 3 playlist down below if you want to check out any more of my Borderlands 3 content. I hope you guys enjoy. Now let's get into some Cutsman testing. So to do our live testing, I brought us over to Skyward 27. We're going to farm some regular mobs on the way there so I can show you guys this thing's power against regular mobs. And then we're going to farm Katagawa's ball so I can show you guys how much damage it does to a boss with a lot of shields. So right here we got two enemies right here. I'm going to go ahead and charge up the Cutsman, shred through them. You can see even though they're resisting shock, it's still completely shredding through these guys. And if I had a fire one, a lot of you guys have like every single element of this weapon. I only have a shock, and then I have a corrosive over on my flak. I'm currently only running with the shock, but if you guys have a shock and a fire one, that's like the perfect combo, dude. Could you imagine if this gun was like the other gun? I think it's the Cyclone, maybe, is what it's called. The thing shoots shock and it shoots two elements at the same time, kind of like the Florentine on Borderlands 2. Could you imagine if this thing was like that and it did shock and fire? That would completely eat through any enemy in this game, dude. Yeah, you guys can see these enemies are resisting shock and it's still just eating straight through their health. The only problem is I can't freaking hit them. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the only con to this weapon is the slow traveling projectiles. But if you can just actually hit your shots, unlike me, you will shred through these enemies. We got some more of these little freaking mobs here, and this one is again resisting shock. I wonder if I have a modifier on that's doing, yeah, 30% less damage from shock. So I have a modifier on that's doing 50% less shock, but I'm still able to shred. And for some reason, those bullets were not connecting to this guy's head for crits. That was a little weird, but you guys can see it's still shredding through. I need to throw my shield down, please. There we go. Jesus Christ. I need to pop out my thing. Man, I wish I had me a fire one to farm these mobs, dude. God, that would be amazing. Or even radiation. Radiation would be awesome, too. So I think you guys have seen enough of the mob farming. You guys can tell it's obviously still great against mobs. I'm going to take us over to Katagawa's ball so you guys can check out what this thing does against a boss like Katagawa's ball. A boss that has a lot of shield, I guess I should say. The only reason I'm doing one with a lot of shield is because I have the shock one. If I had a fire one, I would do a boss with like regular health, just because I want to show you guys what it can do in the best conditions, you know? And you guys got to see, even in the worst conditions with 30% less shock and all the enemies resisting shock, I'm still able to do a lot of damage, you know? Man, the only thing I hate about this freaking boss is it's such a long run to get to him. It's kind of like Genevieve. If you go to farm Genevieve, you got to run all the way through that whole freaking maze of the place. I forget what the place is called, but man, I hate it. But we finally made it, so we're gonna jump down into the arena. If I can actually jump into the arena, there we go. He's got 1 bar of armor, but we're gonna see if we can eat through that with our Cutsman still, which we pretty much are here. I'm gonna pop my abilities real quick. We're gonna hit him with this. You can see it's still eating through his armor. It's basically a double resist because shock doesn't do well against armor, and the enemy is resisting armor already because of the modifier for 30% less. So now that he's got his shield out, we're gonna shred through his shield. If I could reload this weapon here, we're gonna unload on his shield and we are going to just completely shred through it. So you guys can see, obviously, even with a 35% damage reduction, the Cutsman is still extremely strong. There's no reason why you should think that you can't use the Cutsman anymore because it got a huge little damage reduction. 35% seems like a lot, but in actuality, the gun did so much damage that 35% really doesn't affect it too much. It just seems like such a big number on paper. If you guys watch K6, he actually made a video on the Hex Grenade, I believe it was, saying that he did a video on it after the patch, saying that it got a like 80% damage reduction, but just because it got that doesn't mean that it's not good still, you know? It's still a good grenade, it's just not broken like it was, basically, you know? Because let's be honest, the Cutsman did an extreme amount of damage, and it still does an extreme amount of damage. You saw how fast I just killed that guy. Holy crap, that just scared the crap out of me, dude. But alright guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. If you guys want to catch me live when I play some Borderlands, I play a lot of Overwatch and stuff on stream, check out my Twitch. The link is in the description. We just got affiliate the other week. So if you guys took a second to stop by, drop that follow, and maybe next time I go live, you guys stop by, it'd mean the world to me, man. But let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite elemental Cutsman? Do you like the shock better, fire, corrosive, radiation, cryo? What's your favorite Cutsman element? Comment it below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.